rival in their opening two games. Last weekend they overcame Real Sociedad 4-2, and as for Athletic Club, a goalless draw away to Elche gave us few clues as to what to expect from the Lions this term. You're listening to the 11,000 fans in San Mamés. This is the first time Marcelino, the Athletic Club manager, has led his side in front of the fans in San Mamés, and you're listening to the sound of the chalaparta, a 15th century wooden percussion instrument that was used to call in the villagers for the apple harvest and other events, used to call in the faithful to San Mamés. Always a tough visit for any side, and for Football Club Barcelona there have been some tremendous matches played up here in Bilbao over the course of the history of La Liga. The last time they played here, it was the debut in La Liga of Marcelino as Athletic Club manager, and Barcelona ran out 3-2 victors. It'll be very different tonight with the fans. Only 20% of the capacity allowed in by the Basque regional government. As I said, that's 11,000 souls in here tonight, but what a difference it makes. As you can see, the atmosphere starting to get back to normal in all of the grounds around Spain, and this is one of the grounds where the big clubs, Barcelona being one of them, can usually be assured of a hostile welcome. Things looking spectacular ahead of the kick-off. What a fabulous sensation to have the fans back in San Mamés. Terry, it's fabulous to have you back as well.
Well, it certainly is, Simon, I have to say, and it's a classic game to get straight back into action. And, you know, the supporters of Athletic Club in the stadium make this fixture even more special. Barcelona know full well they're going to be in for a tough ride, and the players of Athletic Club will absolutely be delighted that the supporters are back in the stadium, and it does, in this stadium, generally give them an extra player. So a classic game of football to look forward to.
Mr. Martinez Munera, the match official today in the VAR operation room. It's Iglesias Villanueva. Let's bring you the starting lineups. Lining up for the home side, it's Aguirre Zabala in goal. I know, Terry, you're going to enjoy pronouncing his name over the next 90 minutes. At the back, Leque, Vivian, Martinez and Balenciaga. In midfield, Berenguer, García, Vencedor and Muniain. And Oyan Sanset will be playing behind Iñaki Williams up front. Lining up for Barcelona, Norberto Neto in goal, Dest, Piqué, Garcia and Jordi Alba at the back, Busquets, De Jong and Pedri in midfield, Griezmann and Martin Braithwaite playing with Memphis Depay up front. No changes for the Barcelona side, which beat Real Sociedad 4-2 on match day one. Just the one change made by Marcelino. Inigo Leque comes in at right back to replace Oscar De Marcos, who failed a late fitness test. Marcelino having real problems in forming defence tonight. Plenty of injury problems amongst those who are unavailable for him tonight. It's practically the whole defence. Pecha Roman, Yeray, Yuri Berchiche, Andy Kappa. Kappa and Berchiche, the first choice fullbacks for Marcelino. And as you can see, fabulous atmosphere in San Mamés. The fans enjoying being back, enjoying the pre-match homages and rituals, and what a fabulous view of the river and the city of Bilbao from this most modern of stadiums on the site of the old San Mamés, which was a pretty daunting place to visit. So is the new version, and things about to get underway. It's going to be Memphis Depay to put the ball in play. Athletic Club playing in their usual red and white stripes and black shorts. Barcelona in a kind of sky blue second strip option. Barcelona attacking the goal to the left of your screens, and it's Barcelona on the ball. Busquets quickly turning that one back to new boy Eric Garcia, who impressed mightily in Barcelona's opening game of the season against Real Sociedad in the Camp Nou last weekend. But it's a throw-in immediately to Athletic Club, who will be looking to put Barcelona on the back foot as much as they possibly can in the early stages. And that's an awkward one, and on the near post, Iñaki Williams managed to get to the ball first. Didn't have much of an angle left.
Well, they're very much on the front foot, aren't they, the home team? A mistake from Neto, and Jordi Alba led to the throw-in. Quick play, Lekaway with a cross to the near post. Iñaki Williams does well. Good goal scoring, goal strikers action there. Potential at the near post for Athletic Club.
Iker Muniain to put the ball in play from the resulting corner. Drives it in low to the near post. Blocked by Martin Brathwaite. It comes back to Muniain. Berenguer combining with Muniain. A lovely ball into the middle for Vencedor, and it's well defended by Gerard Piqué.
Piqué had to be alert there, didn't he? It's an excellent start. Only the opening 90 seconds from the home team.
Headed clear by Piqué. It'll be an Athletic throw. Muniain, the captain, wants to take it quickly. Can't see any options though. In the end, decides to leave it for Lekwe. Lekwe again, putting the ball into the box. It's a chase for Sanset, and a second corner in the opening 2 minutes for Athletic Club.
It was a furious start from the home team, isn't it? Couple of corners, couple of throw-ins deep into Barcelona territory. Barcelona yet to get into the other half of the pitch. Can Athletic capitalise on this bright start?
Muniain with a corner once again. This time it's deeper and punched away by Neto. He wasn't under too much pressure. The ball floated back in by Alex Berenguer, but directly out for a goal kick. Jamie Easton is pitch side for us in San Mamés. Jamie, it's fabulous to have the fans back, even if it's only 20% of the capacity tonight.
Well, it looks like if it was 60 or 70%, because they are one of the noisiest fans in Spain. It's just incredible, the atmosphere that San Mamés creates, and I think it has everything to do with this amazing start from the local team in these first seconds. I've seen people crying on the stands, everybody lifting up from their seats, and everybody wearing the Athletic Club t-shirt. This is something really unique that you feel in the stadium.
Sunset putting Gerard Piqué under pressure. Piqué has had a pretty busy start in these opening 3 minutes. Serginho Dest returning the ball to Garcia. Here's Piqué again under pressure, finds Jordi Alba. Alba gets the return from Pedri, and again Sunset pressurising Piqué, and then Neto, who clears well and finds Dest, who struggles to control the ball, and it's an Athletic Club throw. The early pressure making that Barca back four look a little nervy at times.
And they're putting pressure on the goalkeeper, Neto, Simon. They clearly feel that he isn't as good with the ball at his feet as Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Few keepers in the world are, Terry, exactly. Let's face it.
And they're trying to take advantage of that. Whenever it goes back to him, they're closing him down really fast. Iñaki Williams is setting the pace up front.
There is Iñaki. The first touch for Frankie de Jong didn't last him very long. Ronald Koeman with a serious look on his face. We've seen Pedri get his first touch as well. 76 matches since the start of last season for Pedri. 57 of them starts. That's in all competitions for both Barcelona and the Spanish national side. And Koeman said after tonight he's going to get a couple of weeks holiday, although he's not sure if Luis Enrique, the Spanish national coach, will call him up over the international break. But Pedri will get a break in Barca's next game against Getafe, and boy does he deserve one. Again, it's Athletic on the front foot. That's a neat pause from Lekwe, whips the ball into the box towards Williams, but Garcia was there, and Frankie de Jong coming out on top in that little battle. And here's Busquets. Barcelona really need a little bit of time on the ball, but Athletic Club are not giving it to them.
Yeah, I think Ronald Koeman and his team would expect Athletic to start at this extremely high tempo in terms of closing down. Barcelona would still dearly like to have a bit more possession and slower possession to try and slow the game down. But his team, the players, are not allowing Barcelona any time on the ball.
Well, we just saw Marcelino, 18 La Liga games against Barcelona, the various clubs he's managed. He's never beaten them in La Liga, 6 draws and 12 defeats. He's had a bit more success in cup competitions, but he'd dearly love to break that duck tonight. Barcelona now on the break. Memphis keeps the ball in play. Lovely footwork to get into the area. Still holding on to it. It falls for Martin Braithwaite, and that goes down as an open goal, I'm afraid, Terry, from just outside the 6-yard box. He should really have kept that one down.
Oh, no doubt whatsoever. That should be a goal to Barcelona. It was excellent work. They finally found a way to break through into midfield, then get it into the attacking third. Memphis there with some fantastic individual skill. And the ball breaks to Martin Braithwaite. It's almost a lapse of concentration. It almost appeared to be too easy for the Barcelona striker.
I can only
say,
Terry, to make an excuse. I mean, obviously, you said it, no excuses, but it did come through the legs of Inigo Martinez, maybe bobbled a bit, but it should be 1-0 to the Catalans.
Yep, clearly. To hit it over the bar is unforgivable in those circumstances. He'll know it. He's in good form. Couple of goals last week. Can he brush it off and take the next opportunity that comes his way, if another one comes his way?
Gerard Piqué on the ball for Barcelona. Starting to just see a little bit more of it now, having weathered the early storm. It's a good ball pinged out towards Alba. Does he keep it in play? Well, he feels he did. The linesman does not concur. It's a throw to Athletic Club.
That was the first time that Barcelona got through to this unusual back four of Athletic Club. And Memphis found it a little bit too easy to find his way through to the byline to try and pick out a teammate. Eventually they did, and a great goal-scoring opportunity, but not taken on that occasion.
Well, really, of that back four, Terry, only Inigo Martinez at left centre-back is a definite first choice for Marcelino. So the Barca forwards will be feeling that if they can put pressure on them, they may see chances tonight. Sunset picks up Berenguer. Berenguer goes down under the challenge of Alba. Play on, according to Mr. Martinez Munwera. Garcia finding Dest to Busquets. Busquets quick to flick it off his feet towards De Jong, but he was surrounded immediately by 3 red and white shirts. Alba, well, the idea was good, and Memphis just failing to get the touch he needed. It's cleared by Aguirre. I didn't quite get that one right. Aguirre Fabala. We could call him Julian, perhaps, no?
Well, Aguirre Zabala didn't take any chances there, did he? The ball went back to him. He didn't try to play out the back. He just cleared it, which is perhaps the wise thing to do. 8 minutes, 9 minutes into your debut at home in this stadium.
Sunset over the top for Williams. And Garcia getting in between Williams and the target. And in the end, Iñaki Williams, a real handful there, managing to win a corner, which it's probably about as much as he could do once Garcia got in between him and the ball, and he did really well to just get that shot off, Terry.
Yeah, you kind of felt Eric Garcia there is more concerned with blocking the run of Iñaki Williams instead of dealing with the ball and defending the situation. I think he's quite fortunate there that Iñaki Williams doesn't slot that away. Tenacious play from the Athletic striker, chasing down a lost cause, almost got the opening goal of the game.
It's Berenguer with this corner, the third for Athletic Club in the opening 10 minutes. Valenciaga. Cross driven in low, blocked by Garcia. Frankie de Jong on defensive duties. Balenciaga doing well. And it's good work from Inigo Martinez as well. The cross cut in. Oh, and off the crossbar. What a tremendous effort that was. And Neto delighted to have the ball in his hands. It should really be 1-0.
Sensational strike, isn't it, from Sunset?
Absolutely amazing.
Drills it with so much power. The skill was in the art of turning as quickly as and sharply as he did. It takes Piqué and Busquets by surprise, and so desperately unlucky to see it come down off the bar but not over the line.
He's been very lively in these opening stages of the game, Sunset. Tabala, not in any great rush. Well, that's two clear-cut chances. Iñaki Williams just moments ago, and then Sunset rattling the crossbar. Neto again under a little bit of pressure because the pace of Williams and his determination means that the keeper wasn't prepared to wait for the ball to get into the safety of his area. It's played over the top and offside for Memphis Depay.
We can clearly see the anxiety in defence for Barcelona. When the ball goes over the top and Iñaki Williams is chasing it, the hesitant between Eric Garcia and Neto. And there, Depay was always in the offside position.
In you go for Athletic. Squares it to Danny Vivian, making his second start at centre-back. Due to some of those injury problems that Marcelino has. Good work from Berenguer. And in the end, he wins a free kick.
Certainly was a foul in there somewhere. Berenguer trying to protect the ball. Jordi Alba has the first attempt to try and win it back. Busquets there does get the ball, and Berenguer clearly comes down on his ankle. Competitive play though from both players, and there we see that first touch, the swivel, the turn, absolutely brilliant from Sunset. Neto can only just watch and admire it as it flies past him.
Great work from Ika Muniain as well to put the cross in, Terry.
Yep, the attacking players for Athletic Club have started the game up at such a tempo. They're really putting the Barcelona defence under pressure. They're asking questions, and they're being backed up by the midfield players, Danny Garcia, Unai Vencedor. When it's come to closing down, everybody for Athletic Club is at it at the moment.
Another free kick, another opportunity perhaps for the Lions. It's swung in by Muniain. Headed back in, although the whistle has gone by Leque. Neto looks to take it quickly. This is Frankie de Jong. Now recovered Busquets. Garcia, Busquets again. De Jong squares it for Gerard Piqué. Alba inside. It's in that classic 4-4-2. Very clearly from Athletic Club when Barcelona are on the ball. Well organised under Marcelino. Driven out to Alba. Doesn't have Messi to cut it back to, of course. Instead he finds Memphis Depay. Little lovely flick on by Pedri. And the cross from Alba is blocked. Barcelona continue with the possession. Memphis back to Piqué. Piqué wide to Dest. Griezmann. Good ball to Memphis, who does well to bring it under control. Again, that neat footwork to get into the box. Alba, the shot takes a deflection. It'll be Barcelona's first corner of the game.
Yep, that crossfield pass from Griezmann was always on. Memphis was in so much room. Jordi Alba was looking to join and support and overlap. And then we see that crossfield pass from to Memphis. from Griezmann. Great first touch, gets the ball under control. I must admit, Simon, I do enjoy games when in the opening stages of the game, defences look as if they're suffering against both attacks.
Here comes the cross, it's headed away by Iñaki Williams. De Jong just knocks it back to Dest. Here's Alba. Now Memphis again. Griezmann calling for it, returns it, gets the 1-2 off Memphis. Just Memphis pulling up and not continuing the run. Griezmann, a no-look pass back into the area. Those two combining nicely there, and it'll be a Barca throw. And they've just taken the initiative a little bit in these last 5 minutes.
Yep, more possession needed for Barcelona, and it was always going to be tough for Athletic Club to go for 90 minutes at the pace they set in that first 10-minute spell.
But Marcelino, I guess, will be pleased to have seen that they clearly rattled Barcelona in that opening spell.
Yep, anything in behind for Iñaki Williams to chase was always going to cause a problem. I think they're taking advantage of maybe misunderstanding because they've been playing together long at the back between PK, Eric Garcia and the goalkeeper Neto. Serginho Dest is only in his second season. So if there's any doubt, if there's any confusion in defence, then Athletic Club will be hoping that Iñaki Williams or Sanset, Meunier, Berenguer can take maximum advantage.
Piqué turns it back to the keeper, Norberto Neto. Alba. Nice little nutmeg on Alex Berenguer. And Leque committing the foul. It'll be a Barcelona free kick inside their own half, and it's quickly taken.
I can't say that Ronald Koeman is quite more satisfied right now than he was in the first minutes. We have to remember yesterday what he said. He does not want a physical game against this team because he said they had a 6-week pre-season and they didn't. So what he doesn't want is this game to become physical.
Yeah, it's a good point, Jamie, and of course that's one of the traditional weapons of Athletic Club is precisely their physicality. So if Koeman doesn't want it, doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to get it. But that's poor from Neto again. Cut back to Williams by Sanset, and fabulous defending from Frenkie de Jong. That's a really clear-cut opportunity, superbly blocked by the Dutch midfielder.
Well, I made the point earlier, Simon, that the Athletic Club really fancy their chances of putting Neto under pressure, forcing him into errors. Iñaki Williams there getting that sharp shot away, but what fantastic play from Frenkie de Jong to get back in the nick of time to make the block.
Well, more nerves in the Barcelona penalty area. This time it's Frenkie de Jong who managed to solve the problem, and it will be a goal kick to Barcelona. But Iñaki Williams putting the fear into that Barcelona defence in the opening 20 minutes of the game. Also Sanset.
They're trying to cheer up right now Neto, all the teammates at the bench, Koeman too, because they understand he's a bit nervous today. He has been reprimanded before by Piqué, by Eric Garcia for not coming out from his penalty area, and now this mistake, so it's not being the best performance from Neto so far.
Pedri on the ball for Barcelona. Dest leaves it for Antoine Griezmann. Back to De Jong, the author of that miraculous defensive block to prevent Athletic Club taking the lead. Dest. Griezmann inside him, returns it to De Jong. Now Busquets, first time on to Pedri, good ball. Alba cuts it back to the penalty area. Griezmann was waiting. And that will be a Barcelona free kick, and a dangerous one for the challenge on Pedri. Well, once again, we're seeing an interesting facet of Barca's attacking play this season, Terry, as we see a yellow card for Inigo Martinez. He wasn't too happy with the referee's decision. Clearly gets the ball first, but the foot is raised and he catches Pedri, and that's a free kick.
Yeah, I think it's harsh, but it is the type of collision that we do see result in yellow cards for players that make that type of challenge. It's deemed to be a little bit out of control, a little bit reckless.
And I mean, we had it explained to us very clearly by the referees committee ahead of the season, Terry, that the player takes the risk in making a challenge like that, and if he puts the rival at risk of injury, then it's free kick, yellow card. But I have to say, that interesting facet is when Jordi Alba gets into an attacking position down the left, the rival defences don't know who the ball's going to, whereas previously they knew exactly who it was going to.
And importantly, Simon, all three of the attacking players for Barcelona, Memphis, Griezmann and Braithwaite, were all attacking the central positions in the penalty area.
Memphis with a steely look. Looks like he's going to take it, although Griezmann's there too. It's Memphis. No problems for Aguirre-Zabala. Memphis hitting the target, but you can tell he's a little bit disappointed not to have got much more power on that one.
I think it's the first time Aguirre-Zabala has been called into genuine action.
Yeah.
He had the chance from Braithwaite that went off target, and he looks grateful that it was straight at him and relatively comfortable for him to save.
De Jong again doing well, winning that one off Dani Garcia as Piqué plays it back to Neto. It's not just the athletic club strikers, it's the fans too that sense a certain nervousness about the Brazilian keeper.
Oh, it's their role, it's their job, it's their part to play in proceedings. That's why, you know, crowds, supporters in the stadiums make so much difference. They can sense the Barcelona goalkeeper is nervous and anxious, and they're doing their best to put him off.
Good work there from Memphis, even though the pass didn't quite come off. Aguirre-Zabala quickly off his line to clear. Piqué was underneath it, knocked on by Busquets. It was won by Leque, who just found Iñaki Williams, and Williams herring into space, gets into the area, he's got Garcia to beat, he crosses it, and in the end Berenguer couldn't get the shot off. Dani Garcia keeps it going, the cross comes in, headed away by Piqué. Garcia losing out to Griezmann, play allowed to continue. Muniain, I think, left it, it's still in play, collected by Vencedor, and finally cleared by Busquets again. Still play continuing, however. Dani Garcia.
He's limping. Jordi Alba's limping too. He's hurt.
Leque to Berenguer, and collected in the end. It was an awkward looping one, but collected by Neto.
And Jordi Alba throws himself on the floor. He's been limping for the last 30 seconds, and he's done a tremendous effort to continue playing, but now he cannot play anymore, so he needs assistance.
Dani Garcia also down for the home side, and there's that attempt from Berenguer, just didn't get the contact. In the end it was well defended, and I think
Emerson starts warming up just in case.
This is the moment when Alba picks up the knock.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. It's just a knock, but if Berenguer makes contact with the lead foot, then I think the pain would have been even worse for Jordi Alba.
Well, he's got to his feet. Martínez Munuera having a word with him. The Barca medical staff have to take him off. Here's the Braithwaite miss.
Yeah, it does skip up, Simon, but I still stand by my point of view that he knows he should be scoring. I don't have to defend him. I don't have to make any excuses. It's just a lapse of concentration. He just sees the opportunity. He thinks it's a formality to put his foot through the ball, but he elevates the shot, goes over the crossbar. It's a shame for him, starting the season off with a couple of goals in confident mood. An early goal would have done him the world good as well, to continue that momentum.
And momentum it is, Terry. Those 2 goals he scored on the opening day of the season equalled the number of goals he'd scored in his 29 prior appearances with Barcelona. A third would have done him a world of good. Ronald Koeman was speaking very highly of him in yesterday's pre-match press conference. Said how he's needed by the team, and he's a player who understands that he's not always going to be starting. And for Koeman, that's important. Jordi Alba still on the pitch, failed to clear that one. Piqué taking a knock as he went up to try and clear it. And in the end, it's blasted away by Dani Garcia. It'll be a goal kick to Barcelona.
Again, another good example, Simon, of all the players backing up the front two to initiate that closing down. You know, when the ball goes back to the goalkeeper, it goes back to Gerard Piqué, it goes into Sergio Busquets. It's a chain reaction. The front two go. The two wide midfielders, Meunier and Berenguer, they go and close down. They're backed up, but enthusiastically by Dani Garcia and Unai Vencedor. Even the fullbacks are pushing on, trying to squeeze it and pin back Barcelona.
Alba sends it long down the lines. Doesn't stay in Barca's possession for too long. Here's Inigo Martinez. Long ball towards Williams. Beautiful first touch with the chest. Forced to turn. Garcia sticking with him. Garcia gets the block. And in the end, the shot by Vencedor on the turn, just off target. But again, of the two sides, Terry, it's Athletic who look by far the more dangerous when they get the ball in the Barca area.
Barcelona have had the one good chance. Athletic Club easily could have had 3 goals by now. And pleasing for Athletic Club to see Vencedor get himself into the penalty area. Iñaki Williams went wide, gets the cross in, central midfield player pushing into the box to support.
Berenguer. Busquets with a challenge, a clean one according to the referee. De Jong looking for Memphis. It's a superb interception by Dani Vivian. Busquets again over the top, finding Griezmann. Griezmann inside to De Jong, who cuts it back. And the ball's still in play, astonishingly enough. Griezmann, of course, is never going to get a warm welcome in San Mamés as a former Real Sociedad player himself. And the yellow card, I think I'm going to have to ask you who it's for, Jamie. Is it Eric Garcia?
It's Eric Garcia, yeah. Yellow card for Eric Garcia, and it's incredible to see Marcelino asking all his attacking men just to go for it, pressure up front and just run towards Neto's goal, because that's what he wants. And he also asks constantly either Berenguer or Muniain to open the pitch all the time.
That's certainly a strategy that's paying off, although the scoreline is still goalless.
Well, I certainly think it's a risk worth taking. The problem is, at the moment, they're all being able to do it, and they're doing it really well. But as soon as one or two start dropping off the pace, then Barcelona, with the quality they have, can then start getting the ball into Pedri, into De Jong. I think that was slow play there from Memphis, who didn't have faith in De Jong getting to the byline and cutting the ball back. I think he wanted the pass from Griezmann. When the pass didn't come from Griezmann, he gave up the attack, thinking that De Jong wasn't going to get there and cut the ball back. That was a really good opportunity for Barcelona.
Well, Araujo and Emerson Royal warming up for Barcelona. I've got the impression they're maybe not quite warming up with the kind of intensity of players who are about to come on, although Gerard Piqué is signalling to the bench. But going back to your point about how long Athletic Club can keep it up, Terry, they have had a 6-week pre-season, as Jamie pointed out, and Marcelino is renowned for really pushing his players physically. He wants them to be able to keep at it for as many of the 90 minutes as possible. As this corner comes in, De Jong.
Araujo has been called. Araujo will enter the pitch.
Well dealt with, and Valenciaga nodding it back to Aguizabala. Here's Leque and Piqué. It looks is going to be replaced then by Ronald Araujo. I have to say, Terry, when he complained about the knock, it didn't seem on the replay too much. Let's have another look.
You can see Berenguer there, the collision with the hip of Gerard Piqué. Ronald Koeman said in his press conference prior to the game that there was an issue yesterday with Gerard Piqué, in that he felt a knock, but he thought it was going to be okay. Perhaps it's related to that. Or perhaps he's just being run ragged, and he's at the age of 34. He's looked and thought, perhaps this might be a job for a younger person tonight. I doubt it. It is tongue-in-cheek, of course.
Yeah.
He is the leader of Barcelona, but it's been a tough opening third of the game for him.
Well, it's going to be fascinating to see how Araujo and Garcia link up together in the central defensive roles. Piqué was superb in the opening game against Real Sociedad. Eric Garcia playing his second official game with Barcelona since coming back from Manchester City. Ronald Araujo, who made a good impression last season when called upon.
I think it was fantastic last season, Simon. I'm a little surprised that Eric Garcia has gone ahead of him at the start of the season, and his pace, you can see already he's picking up Iñaki Williams. He's going to be the player designated. I'm sure Eric Garcia will be relieved as well that someone else is going to try and deal with that pace of Iñaki Williams.
Vencedor finding Muniain. Here's Berenguer, and after taking a deflection, it came through to Iñaki Williams, who was forced to head it from a slightly forced position and couldn't keep the ball down. But again, it's a quick break, and look how many red and white shirts there are in and around the box.
And the movement is good as well. We've seen Berenguer crossing from the right wing position, getting across to the left, getting a diagonal run, getting the ball into Iñaki Williams. Vencedor again breaking forward from midfield. The 20-year-old midfield for Athletic Club has been absolutely sensational so far in this game. Unai Vencedor.
And that was a good first touch from Araujo as well, as Braithwaite collects, thinks about a shot, instead squares it. De Jong, poor control from him. He'll keep it in play, and in fact plays it off Iker Muniain to win a corner for Barcelona.
Not something we often say, is it, about Frenkie de Jong?
No.
A poor touch. But he already there was assuming he was going to control that. His head up, he was not looking at the ball, he was looking at a teammate, which he does. That's his game. On that occasion, he just made the slight mistake, but Barcelona do get the corner.
A second corner, punched away by Aguirre Zabala. That was poor though, and Alba quite happy to send that back and allow the Barca players to trot back and assume their positions. Goal kick to Athletic Club, and Ronald Koeman, as Jamie pointed out at the very beginning of this first half, looking a little bit concerned. Williams is under it.
He's still concerned. He's still concerned, and it's the exact opposite reaction from Marcelino, who constantly is clapping his hands towards his players and towards the fans too, because he knows how important they are today.
Pedri doing well, supported by Jordi Alba. Busquets returning it to Pedri, finds a bit of space to run into. He does so well. Poor control though by Dest in the end, and taking full advantage. It was Balenciaga. Athletic give it away. Frenkie de Jong. Pedri out to Alba again. Alba spotting the movement of Braithwaite, but his cross intercepted by Vivian. Williams battling first with Busquets, then with De Jong, coming out on top. Athletic Club again. Garcia wide to Balenciaga, back inside. Here's Williams. Dani Garcia. The fans like that little technical touch from Iñaki Williams. Not quite such exquisite control from Berenguer, however, but he does win a throw. Well, we knew it was going to be a test for Koeman's Barcelona, Terry, and a test is certainly what these opening 34 minutes have been, because Athletic Club are clearly the stronger of the two sides.
Yep, I think that Koeman would expect Athletic Club to be.
Well, that's a good ball into Williams, into the side netting. Catching it on the half volley. That was a lovely ball in, Terry. Great movement from Williams once again.
Yeah, I think Ronald Koeman would have known this was coming from Athletic Club. Iñaki Williams there, can see, in an offside position when the ball is delivered in. But Barcelona have been poor in terms of getting the ball out the back. They've been put under pressure. Sometimes you know that pressure is coming, but you trust, like Koeman would trust in his players, to actually have better control, make better passes, better movement off the ball, move the ball quicker. They've failed to do that, and they look anxious, they look concerned. And Athletic Club have been absolutely awesome so far.
Terry, what did you think about Marcelino's comments yesterday about Iñaki Williams when he said I'm not expecting him to explode as a goal scorer. I'm calm about that. He's not going to give us 20 goals a season. Were you surprised at that, if you like, slightly negative message? I mean, he was saying Williams gives us more.
Yeah, I think if you look at the context, I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Relieve the pressure of him, of the burden of being the out-and-out goal scorer, the number 9 that's expected to score 20 goals a season. But the point he was making was that he offers so many other things, and we're seeing it in an abundance tonight. He's been sensational so far in this match. He's making Eric Garcia, he's nervous, he made Neto nervous, he made Piqué nervous. Marcelino's big problem now will be his team haven't got the goal their play deserves. And that often can be a problem if you don't take full advantage of being on top against a team with the quality of Barcelona.
Busquets picks out Serginho Dest. Dest with his head up, finds Depay. It was a nice first touch, but well defended in the end by Inigo. De Jong, Araujo, Pedri. Memphis goes down on the edge of the box, and it's a free kick in attack in favour of Athletic Club.
See Memphis not getting the service he would expect, because the Barcelona midfield players haven't had the possession, they haven't had time on the ball. It might just be a case of being patient tonight for the likes of Memphis, for Griezmann, for Braithwaite. I would say as well that Serginho Dest hasn't really offered himself into a more attacking position. That's because they haven't had large spells of possession, which has given him the time then to move forward into the attacking half of the pitch.
Ball directly out of play for a Barcelona throw. Araujo back to Neto. Again, the Athletic Club strikers sniffing blood when Neto has the ball at his feet. Braithwaite back to Busquets. Looking for Dest, but intercepted by Balenciaga. Williams picks out Alex Berenguer. Berenguer's cross, and that's comfortable for Neto. De Jong gesturing to Dest to play wide. Griezmann, who's dropped back to collect. Chooses the Alba option. Now Memphis. Pedri. Griezmann, first time to Memphis, who couldn't bring it under control. And Araujo with a clear foul inside the Athletic Club half. A free kick for the challenge on Sunset.
So it's a central defender for Barcelona. Araujo being aggressive. Interesting watching the front three of Barcelona. At times they play really narrow, which is of course encouraging the Barcelona fullbacks to push on. And I think there's something that Serginho Dest has to do more of.
Muniain getting away from Busquets with ease. Dest coming back to help out, but it's another corner for Athletic Club.
I think the reason Dest hasn't been able to push forward is he feels threatened by what's coming the other way. So defending is so far has been his priority in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do believe it's the 6th corner for Athletic Club, with 6 minutes to go before half-time. Played short to Muniain. Swung in, headed away by Frenkie de Jong. Memphis underneath it, so too was Balenciaga, who came out on top. Muniain sending it back in towards Williams, who tries a spectacular volley. Well worth a go to try and take Neto by surprise. Went straight down the keeper's throat, but it was well struck from Iñaki Williams.
Couldn't resist it, could he? And rightly so. Set up lovely for him and had the imagination to go for the first time. Spectacular effort.
It was Pedri wide to Memphis. again gets into the area. The cross to the far post, nobody there. Brathwaite applauds, but nobody making the run to the back post.
I think again that's poor play from Memphis. It's a really good position. He doesn't need to rush it. Iñaki certainly needed to rush that. Had the dip on it. Neto was perfectly placed to deal with it comfortably.
It's Danny Vivian. Good control. Lovely first touch from Muniain. A good challenge though from Griezmann. Dest dispossessed. It goes back to Griezmann. Busquets, now Pedri. Brathwaite. Alba outside him. Alba's cross to the near post. And it was Inigo with the clearance. And once again,
you have to see Marcelino celebrating every single time his defense avoids an attack from Barcelona, and the intensity he's asking for his players, the pressure up front. And we saw that when that doesn't work is when Barcelona creates danger, but obviously the game is where Marcelino wants it to be.
There's Busquets. Nice attempt from De Jong. It didn't work out there. It's Muniain with the ball at his feet. Plays it out to Sunset. Now back to Garcia. There's a surging confidence about this Athletic performance in the first half. Well, groans there for the perceived error, but Iñaki Williams chases it down and it comes out on top. Little flick in for Leque, and once again problems for Neto, and it'll be a corner. And Jamie was just talking about the intensity Marcelino's demanding. That was a nothing ball. That was what appeared to be a wasted ball. They've got a corner out of it, Terry.
And again, it comes from Iñaki Williams chasing the lost cause. I think Jordi Alba believed Iñaki Williams was initially in an offside position. Iñaki Williams chased it down, forced an error on the stroke of half-time. Athletic Club get a corner.
Berenguer to take it. Driven in low this time. Williams on the corner of the 6-yard box. He felt it should have been another corner, but the goal kick has been given.
In truth, Iñaki Williams would have no idea who they'd come off. It had gone past him, but it was worth the appeal.
Dest for Barcelona. Again, he can't seem to get it beyond Balenciaga. The cross collected on the edge of the box by Griezmann. Memphis saw the run of Dest, but I think he saw it a little bit late. Just about cleared by Dani Garcia. Williams helping out. Leque. Well, it was quite important for Jordi Alba to get some contact on that, I think. But it's going to be an Athletic Club throw. 2 minutes to go, and Koeman looking concerned. He'll be glad to go down the tunnel with the scoreline reading 0-0.
Yeah, I'm looking at performance of Iñaki Williams tonight. He's giving everything you want from a striker, wearing the number 9 shirt. He's chased lost causes. He's been aggressive. He's got pace. The only thing lacking is a goal. But it does, you know, look at the question that we heard answered by Marcelino, where he doesn't expect him to score goals. With the performances like this, I would.
Here's Griezmann crossing the halfway line. Goes down under the challenge of Vencedor. It's a Barcelona free kick.
Initially, I thought this was bordering on a yellow card, and seeing the replay, I'm convinced it was a yellow card. No contact with the ball, swipes away at the challenge. Vencedor has been brilliant in this half as well, but I think that overstepped the mark. And
I think if it had maybe been 20 or 30 yards closer to the Athletic penalty area, it might have been. Either way, just a free kick given by Martinez Munuera. Barcelona have got the ball in movement. There's Busquets, De Jong, Garcia, Alba. Griezmann goes down again, and another free kick for Barcelona. Can they create something here in the closing seconds of the first half?
former teammates, I would imagine, Inigo Martinez and Antoine Griezmann, but no love lost between the two of them, both of them with their competitive nature.
Fabala organising the defence. It's going to be Memphis with the delivery. 2 minutes have been added due to the injury and subsequent substitution of Gerard Piqué, so still time in this first half for the deadlock to be broken. Will it be Barcelona from Memphis's free kick? He squares it. Alba. Brathwaite. The keeper spills it, and Araujo. And it won't stand. Spectacular finish from the substitute. But the score remains 0-0.
It's an interesting call. I believe the way the referee is pointing to the players, that he feels perhaps either Braithwaite was in an offside position or impeded his opponent by jumping on the back. But there was a delay. You could argue there's a case there for that being a foul. But the play continued for quite some time, and you can see Aguirre Zabala coming out. Eric Garcia puts him under pressure, and eventually Ronald Araujo. I think this is the incident here that we're looking at. And his eyes fixed firmly on the ball. He goes over the top of Balenciaga. The play does continue before the whistle is blown.
That's what shocked every single Barcelona player and shocked Ronald Koeman too, because it was the fact that he let continue the play and then he blew his whistle, and nobody understood that.
Well collected by the keeper, under pressure from Memphis Depay.
I agree with Jamie. I think that is an issue. That was 3 or 4 seconds past, and 2 bits of action. The challenge by Aguirre Zabala to get the ball, the ball falling for Ronaldo Araujo.
Well, that's flicked through for Williams to chase. And Albert doing well there under pressure. Here's Pedri. Alba again. And there's the half-time whistle in San Mamés. It's been vibrant. Barcelona have had their moments, but I think, Terry, we have to say the stronger of the two performances coming from the home side, no question.
Yeah, I think they've dominated the first half. Barcelona have had spells of the game where their quality has come through. But I don't think you could have any complaints here about Athletic Club deserving a goal or two. Players have been brilliant for Athletic Club. Marcelino must be delighted. I think they slightly get away with one there with Ronald Araujo's shot that goes in off the post. But Iñaki Williams has been brilliant. Sanset, Meunier, Vencedor has been amazing for a 20-year-old midfield player. So far, so good. Just stacking that goal there. Play deserved. Barcelona and Koeman will be grateful his team are on level terms still.
Well, there's the man who was forced off halfway through that first half, Gerard Piqué. Spectacular view of the outside of San Mamés. The half-time score reads Athletic Club 0, Football Club Barcelona 0.